Hello, friends. Welcome to today's football predictions on Betkraft. All right, today is another beautiful Friday morning, and as usual, there's a lot of games going on across the globe. And what we do, we select a few amongst those many games going on across the globe and make our in-depth analysis on this and bring it forward for you. Okay, today we have about 6 games that we looked into, and in a short while we'll be looking at these games one after the other and looking at how they fared in recent occasions, and also the performances from home and away perspective, and also our verdict for each of these very games will be coming up in a short while. And I want to ask those of us who are yet to subscribe, you're coming across our video for the first time and you have not really subscribed, kindly hit the subscription button now there so that you do not miss out on our subsequent games that will be coming on this channel on a daily basis. Okay, all right, that being said, without further ado, we head to the business of today. And today we will start with the very first match in Denmark. Today we have Lyngby, who will be up against the Midtjylland in Danish Super League. And looking at the recent games for Lyngby, they've been able to achieve one victory in the past in the past 6 games. They've also had 3 losses as well as 2 draws, and the away side Midtjylland have achieved 4 wins as well as 2 draws as well in the past 6 recent encounters. And looking at how these two teams fared from home and away perspective, Lyngby, the home side, have been able to achieve 3 victories in the past 10 home games. They've also had 2 draws as well as 5 losses in the past 10 home games. All right, as a matter of fact, the last 5 away home games they played out so far saw them losing out on 4 occasions, winning just 1. That tells you that this is not a team that does so very well, so fantastic in even when they are playing from home. And looking at Midtjylland, on the other hand, we only have 5 records of the away matches, and it is 1 win that they have been able to achieve, and also had 3 draws as well as 1 loss in the past 5 away games. But looking at how they perform from home, you can see that Midtjylland is a very strong side, and they have won 7 games out of the past 10 home games that they played out so far, and the other 3 being a draw. They've not lost a single match playing from home in the past 10 home games that they played out so far. So Midtjylland is a very good team, and looking at head-to-head performances, you could see that the last time they met was in October last year. So Midtjylland defeated this side by 2-1 on that occasion. Even though we saw Lyngby in August defeating Midtjylland by 4-1, and also in May by 2-1. But the head-to-head have always seen Midtjylland being very dominant in head-to-head proceedings for both sides. So in this very encounter, we really do expect away side Midtjylland, who is in better form and better shape at the moment, to rise to the occasion and win outright in this game. It is away win, that's our verdict. And that takes us to the next game that we have for you today. It is in French Ligue 1, and the Ligue 1 is starting today. We will have Le Havre coming up against the Paris Saint-Germain. Okay, Le Havre have been able to achieve just 1 victory in the past 6 games that they played on recent occasions, and they've also had 3 draws as well as 2 losses. And then looking at Paris Saint-Germain, their away side, the champions, they've been able to achieve 3 victories in the past 6 games. They've also had 2 draws as well as 1 loss in the past recent 6 games that they played out so far. Okay, taking a look at the performances from home and away perspective, you can see that for the home side, they've been able to achieve 3 victories in the past 10 home games. Now they have lost 7 out of those 10 home games that they played out so far in recent occasions. And away side Paris Saint-Germain have been able to achieve 7 victories from away, losing 1 and also drawing 2 in the past 10 away games that they played out so far. That tells you that Paris Saint-Germain is a strong side, and they're expected to achieve a result in the first in the season's opener. All right, looking at the last time both teams met, such Paris Saint-Germain playing at a 3-3 draw against Le Havre on that occasion. Prior to that, Paris Saint-Germain defeated them by 2-0, and all other head-to-head meetings have always seen Paris Saint-Germain being very dominant, defeating this side each time they met. All right, it is their away side that is expected to rise to the occasion, seeing that they'll be looking to achieve a very good result, especially on the opening day of the season. It is their away side to win. That's our verdict for this very game. I will win. That's what we expect. And that takes us to the next game, and it is in Armenia First Division, where we have FC Van, who will be up against Gandzasar. All right, in Armenia First Division, FC Van have achieved the first 1 victory in the past 6 games. They've also had 3 draws as well as 2 losses in the past 6 games that they played out so far in recent games. And the away side, Gandzasar have managed to achieve 4 victories, but they have lost 2 games out of the past 6 recent encounters. When you look at how both teams have performed from home away perspective, you can see that the home side FC Van have managed to achieve 3 victories, but they have had 2 draws as well as 5 losses in the past in the past 10 home games that they had. And looking at Gandzasar, the away side, they have had 8 victories from away, but they've also they've also had 1 draw as well as 1 loss in the past 10 away games that they played out so far. That tells you that away side is also a very strong side, and in this very encounter we actually do expect to see we do not have any head-to-head record, but we do expect to see the away side to achieve a result in this one, not to win it, not to lose our shot. We do expect away either to win or draw, and under 3.5. That's our party for this very game. Away win or draw and under 3.5. That's what we expect. And that takes us to the next game for today. It is in Brazil. Okay, we'll have Ponte Preta, Brazil Serie B. We'll have Ponte Preta coming up against Goias. All right, Ponte Preta have won 3 and have had 2 losses as well as 1 draw. And the away side, Goias have managed to achieve 2 victories, 2 draws as well as 2 losses in the past 6 games that they had so far. So looking at performances from home and away perspective, you can as well see that the home side playing from home in the past 10 home games have achieved 7 victories in the past 10 home games. They've also had 2 draws as well as 1 loss in the past 10 home games that they played out so far. And as a matter of fact, the last 6 home games that they played out so far have seen them winning all 6 in a row. So that tells you that this is a very strong side, doing very well at the moment and are winning all their home matches. And away side, on the other hand, Goias have managed just 1 victory from away, and they have lost a whooping 9 games in the past 10 away games that they played out so far. They have lost 90% of their 10 away games, and they have just managed only 1 win from away. That tells you that this is not a team that does so well when playing from away. So that happens in Brazil Serie B. So in this very occasion, we do expect to see, even though that Goias playing from home, the last time they met saw them winning Ponte Preta 30 goals to 0 on that occasion from home. But in this very occasion, the home side will be doing their best to achieve a result in this one. So we won't see them lose. We expect to see them either to win or draw and under 4.5. Home win or draw and under 4.5. That's what I for that very encounter. And that will push us to the next game that we have. It is in Slovakia First Division, where we have Primorje coming up against Domzale. And we look at the recent games for both sides, we see that the home side, Primorje, have been able to achieve just 1 win, 1 draw, and 4 losses. And the away side, Domzale, have managed to achieve 2 victories. They've also had 3 losses as well as 1 draw in the past 6 games that they played in recent times. And looking at the home side, Primorje have managed to achieve 5 victories, playing from home, and have had 4 losses as well as 1 draw in the past 10 home games that they played out so far. And as a matter of fact, the last 5 home games that they played out so far saw them losing 4 out of those 5, drawing 1. That tells you that in recent times they've dipped in terms of their form. And looking at Domzale, on the other hand, their away side, they've been able to achieve 4 victories, and they've also had 6 losses in the past 10 away games that they played out so far. And as a matter of fact, the last 5 away games that they played, the last 6 away games that they played out so far saw them winning 3 and losing out on 3 on those occasions. So looking at the head-to-head for both sides, we see that the last time they met was Domzale, who achieved a victory against this side by winning by 1 goal to 0 on that occasion. And then this very game, we still do expect that the away side not to lose our shot in this very game. So we still expect to see our away side either to win or draw and under 4.5. That's all about it for that very encounter. Okay, and that will take us to the next game, which happened to be the last for the day, and it is in Czech Division 3, where we have Pisek coming up against Domazlice. All right, when you look at the home side, Pisek, they've had just 2 draws and they've lost 4 games in the past 6 recent encounters that have played so far. And when you look at Domzalice, have been able to achieve 4 victories, 1 draw, as well as 1 loss in the past 6 games that they had so far. So taking a look at the performances from home and away perspective, you can see that the home side, Pisek, have been able to achieve just one victory in the past 10 home games. They've also had 3 draws as well as 6 losses in the past 10 home games that they played out so far. All right, and away side on the other hand, Domzalice have been able to manage 6 victories in the past 10 away games, and they've also had 2 losses as well as 2 draws in the past 10 away games that they have so far. That tells you that the away side is actually in a very fine form, seeing that they've been able to win all these matches even from away. Okay, and the last time they met was in May, saw their away side Domzalice winning this side by 2 goals to 1 on that occasion. That was May this year. Okay, and prior to that we also saw them defeating Pisek from home by 4 goals to 0. All right, that tells you that Domzalice is actually a very strong side, and they're doing very well at the moment. And in this very occasion, we do expect their away side to repeat victory for their away side in this very one. It is an away win. That's why I'm ready for that very encounter. We expect to see their away side winning out at least. That's what we expect. All right, that brings our predictions for you today on Betkraft to a conclusion. All right, I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope your ticket goes green. All right, yesterday we didn't do so well. Yesterday, looking at how we performed, we were able to get on the 3 and losing 3. That's why I always advise that play responsibly. It is not every day that we win. All right, we do win, but not every day. Okay, that's interesting. All right, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope your ticket goes green. Remember, tomorrow is another day, and also remember to play responsibly. It's only a football game. Anything can happen and change the course of the game. All right, tomorrow we'll be having a lot of games, and it is a Saturday, and we'll be having a lot of options. All right, I wish you the best, but until then, keep winning.